Hello and welcome. In this video from Special Data Hub, I'm going to show you how to geocode addresses, street addresses, reverse geocoding and direct geocoding. The difference between both is that the process of geocoding converts street addresses to coordinates, while reverse geocoding converts coordinates to human-readable addresses. On my screen here, you see this is QGIS attribute table. You see street addresses. If we scroll a bit, you see the coordinates obtained. Before this process, we had neither the street address, nor the coordinates. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get both when you have neither of them. So first, let's go to Qgis. I'll be getting the coordinates of the buildings in this network design. There are about 100 plus of them. So we'll use a plugin called MMQGIS, the MMQGIS plugin. To download it, as usual, you go to manage and install plugins and search MMQGIS. You quickly see it, install plugin, and ensure it is ticked here so that you can see the icon on your toolbar. So here you go to Geocode, you go to reverse Geocode, on this, instead of using, you can select the input layer name. For mine, it is for the buildings. So you select the layer you want to geocode. You select the web service, either Google or OpenStreetMap. OpenStreetMap or the Nominatim option is a free option, while Google will require that you input a Google API key. To obtain this Google API key, you get it free for your first spend of $300, $200 or $300. After that, you pay as you go. While it is paid, it is better than the free option, which is the OSM Nominatim option, because it is much faster when you are geocoding large amount of data. The accuracy, I haven't really compared. I haven't confirmed the accuracy, but it is much faster when acquiring a large amount of data. So this time we'll just stick with the OpenStreetMap Nominatim, and then easily first results. Then here we select our output file name. Let's call it, okay, let's just put this, okay. Let's call it Geocode results. Save, and then click on apply. You see its feature, it's geocoding 0 of 104. I'll pause this video now and continue it when it's done geocoding. Alright, so at the end of the process, this is it. 104 of 104 reverse geocoded. All we just do is close this up, and then we see it here, geocode results of buildings. We open the attribute table, and here you go. We have the latitude and longitude of each point. While it is not really consistent with the precision, it can always be edited when on the Excel file, which you can do easily. So let's see how to export it to an Excel file. And see export, save feature as You select your file format. By default, it's on XLSX, which is for the default Excel format. You can export it if you want to query it as a database, PostgreSQL dump, or just an open spreadsheet, or a CSV file format, or a GeoPackage, S3 shapefile, whatever it is you want. But I'll just leave it as XLX. Let's set our file name to Spatial Data Hub. Then you set your coordinates and all that, your transformation. Done. Let's now check it out. Documents here it possibly have saved. I didn't take time to select the directory, that's why it went in here randomly. So here you have it. It provides the street addresses. This one is not exactly streets because this is for a housing estate in Benin, so they are not really demarcated precisely like that. The addresses too, even for a well-developed area, is not as accurate as you might want it to be. But the beauty of this is that it gives you the coordinates even when you don't have this. So you can send this back in to get a more accurate data set, or you can use these coordinates on ground level to get your data. Something that is worthy of noting here is that when geocoding, it divides the data into different bits. For this one of 104 buildings, it divided into 3 buildings per result. So after it geocodes 3, it shows on the progress bar that 3 are geocoded. If it's for something like a larger data set, I once worked with one of 100k plus buildings. With that, it's divided into 3,336 per results bar on the progress bar. So just have that in mind in case you want to lose patience that it's not showing on the progress bar. Just wait until it has shown its first progress. Then you'll know when next to anticipate a progress and when next is not working. It's also worth noting that you should avoid tampering with your screen. You easily recognize that anything you touch on the screen makes it to stop working. Yeah, so immediately you click on apply, you let your screen be. Preferably turn on focus assist so that all notifications are shut out, because when notifications come in, it might send your QGIS software to crash and you have to start from beginning. You also require very strong internet connection. That is it for today. I hope this video added value to your work, and if so, don't fail to like it, subscribe to my channel, and leave any comments which you have in mind. If there's any stuff you found out too about using MMQGIS plugin, or any other way to geocode, then you can also let me know in the comment section. Thank you.